the radio playing. I'm singing like, girl, you know I want your love. Your love was handmade for somebody like me. Come on now, follow my lead. I may be crazy, don't mind me. Say, boy, let's not talk too much. Grab on my waist and put that body on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Well, I'm in love with your body. 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 Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you. Come on, be my baby, come on. 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 I'm in love with the shape of you. We push and pull like a magnet do. Although my heart is falling too. I'm in love with your body. Last night you were in my room, and now my bedsheets smell like you. Every day discovering something brand new. Oh, I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, come on, be I'm in love with your body. Come on, be my baby. Come on, be I'm in love with your body. Every day discovering something brand new. I'm in love with the shape of you.
Do we wanna get right? Average, ordinary, everyday kid. Happy to do nothing. In fact, that's what I did. I got a million ways to make my day, but daddy don't agree. 'Cause when I try to get away, he says he got plans for me. Stop bugging me. Don't shake my tree. He said, who, me? Not my style, man. No way. Come on, get real. I'm sorry, Dad, gotta disappear. Let's get the rock out of here. 7-day weekend, up all night. Get at the deep end, hang on tight. Won't take a minute, won't take long. So get on in it. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get right. Let's get right. Let's go all the way. Did it nothing. Come on, let's get right. I'm your average, ordinary, everyday dude. Driving with my baby to get her in the mood. She's dialing through my radio, and I'm ready to make my move. What she got in rock and roll, and it really blew my groove. It was Chopin, Mozart, Beethoven. It makes me wanna scream. Mozart, Rocky, violin. Get it off. That ain't my scene. Well, I'm sorry, girl, here's my confession. Suppose the rock's out of the question. 7-day weekend, up all night. In at the deep end, hang on tight. It won't take a minute, it won't take long. So get on in it. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get
Facebook.com/Lake Effect Radio Station.
A celebration to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A dedication to last throughout the years. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate and party with you. Come on now. Let's all celebrate and have a good time, yeah, yeah. Celebration. We gon' celebrate and have a good time. It's time to come together. It's up to you. What's your pleasure? Everyone around the world, come on! It's a celebration. It's a celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. Come on now. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright, baby. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's alright.
I got these fresh eyes, never seen you before like this. My God, you're beautiful. It's like the first time when we opened the door for we business to usual. It might seem superficial, stereotypical man. You dress up just a little and I'm like, oh damn. So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe that she's mine. Now all I see is you with fresh eyes, fresh eyes. So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe that she's mine. Yeah, and now all I see is you with fresh eyes, fresh eyes. Appreciation, well it comes and it goes, but I ride that wave with you. It's human nature to miss what's under your nose till you remind a fool. Maybe all of this is simple. My heart's unconditional, yeah. You dress up just a little and I'm like, oh damn. So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe that she's mine. Now all I see is you with fresh eyes, fresh eyes. So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe that she's mine. Yeah, and now all I see is you with fresh eyes, fresh eyes. If I could bottle this up, bottle this up, I would bottle this up, bottle this up, I would. 'Cause you're gorgeous in this moment. If I could bottle this up, I would. So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe that she's mine. Now all I see is you with fresh eyes, fresh eyes. So suddenly I'm in love with a stranger. I can't believe she's mine. Yeah, and now all I see is you with fresh eyes, fresh eyes.
Lake Effect Radio presents a local music spotlight on Lakeland's Lake Effect Radio. Punch Drunk Tag-alongs, Control.
I am jumping the unknown. business. 1 minute you're up $500,000 in soybeans, and the next, boom, your kids don't go to college and they've repossessed your Bentley. Are you with me?
The revolution starts now.
We have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.
Turn those machines back on!
And we have to start by building a wall, a big, beautiful, powerful wall.
Show me the money!
You are fake news.
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
I don't know when they decided that they wanted to make a virtue out of selfishness.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth.
So, we're here in beautiful Kirtland, Ohio at Lake Effect Radio Station, streaming live at livestream.com/Lake Effect, lakeeffectradio.org/studio. We have part of our small business week this week. We have Just Add Water. We have Brenda Miracle here. You guys, you ready?
I'm ready. Ready.
Ready as you could be.
That's right.
It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry, I'll sort of, make a mistake dumbly in that, and you'll just think, has he ever done this before? Mm-hmm. That's what happens in that. So, with everything, we'll sort of jump into that.
Great.
One thing is, I hate to ask, where did the name come from?
Well, we actually changed it from when we started. We were called Anchor Dive Center of Willoughby. And then for about 6 months, because we had a sister store in North Olmsted at the time, and then we got independent. We broke off. And we had to get a new name. So I decided that I didn't want the name Dive. We're a scuba diving store, but I didn't want the name Dive in our name. The word dive. Yeah. Because so many people swim, snorkel, and fewer scuba dive. So when people think Anchor Dive, they're like, oh, that's the professionals. I can't go in there because I'm not a scuba diver. But we sell snorkeling equipment, and we teach snorkeling, and we have swim goggles and water aerobic equipment. So we wanted to make sure that people felt welcome and that anyone could come in the store. So that's how we ended up saying Just Add Water.
Okay. I sort of get, because that's sort of a nifty way, because in a way that sort of, everyone thinks that it's just that one segment that's sort of broadens it.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
Yeah. And some folks come in because they're curious. What are you? Like they think that we're either a plant store or a pool. We deliver water for pools, or we get lots of different calls. But at least we get phone calls, right? Some curious folks.
What was the most weirdest phone call that you got of what do you guys do?
I think, water beds. That's probably outdated nowadays, but water beds.
That's true.
Yeah, plants. Or aquariums are big. That's what people really think. We have a lot of fish. Fish aquarium.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, though, that one pet store up in Willoughby and that sort of closed down.
Mm-hmm.
So, was it RMS?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. That probably sort of spiked a little.
It's bad. Yeah.
My sister worked there, so yeah.
Yeah.
At one point in time. So, I sort of understand. So, with that, we'll go, what is your role with the business?
My role? Oh, everything. We wear many hats in a small business. So my role, I'm the owner of the store, but, in a small business, your role is everything. So we do have staff. I have great staff, wonderful staff, scuba instructors and salespeople, helpful. But we do everything. I mean, from cleaning toilets to mopping floors to bookkeeping to scheduling to teaching scuba. But my favorite is leading scuba diving trips or snorkeling trips. So an example is, which I'm very sad about because I'm not there, we have a group right now in Bonaire, a group of 16. And Bonaire is a small island in the Caribbean. Most people have heard of Aruba. The ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. Bonaire is great and really the best for scuba diving and snorkeling. So we have a group of 16 people there, with one of our instructors being the tour guide. Helping
I can
him.
see
Yeah,
why you're
sad.
Yeah, especially with
not
this.
there, right?
Yeah, because it's probably definitely warmer, a lot more beautiful.
Yeah, and then we have
I see
another
it.
group right now as well in the Socorro Islands. So they flew to Cabo San Lucas in Mexico, and they're taking a 24-hour boat ride to these small islands, and they are scuba diving. Hopefully they'll see manta rays, hammerheads, maybe some whales. It's the season for whales. So hopefully they'll get to see some good stuff, but I'm a little sad right now because I'm not on those trips. But that's my favorite thing to do. I love to travel.
With my brief sort of run through that, I didn't catch that the whole thing that you go off on those trips teaching and that. I did not get to that.
Yeah. So I mean, the Just Add Water, we do a lot of different things. We have a retail sales floor. We sell equipment. We also rent equipment. We teach scuba and snorkeling. We also run trips. And we lead trips. We organize trips. And then, or if someone needs help, booking a trip, because scuba is is a specialty. Sometimes people think they're gonna go scuba diving and they book a trip to somewhere like, for example, Aruba. Aruba's not great for scuba diving. It's okay, but you should go over to the next island, Bonaire, to scuba dive, and we know that. And we also service equipment, so that's life support breathing equipment, and we also, you have to service it just like your car. Change the oil in your car. You need to service your regulator and get it inspected every year.
Very true. So, the other thing, want to go over a little bit of your background.
Okay. So, how I started in small business. Funny story. I was going to college in Michigan. That's where we lived at the time. My parents moved to Ohio. I ran out of money. Ended up on my parents' doorstep in Ohio. And so I was looking for a job. And the job was posted in the paper as strong aquatic background, floor salesperson needed. I thought it was a sporting goods store. I was enthusiastic. I was like, I like sports. This is great. I'll do it. Went for the interview, and it was a scuba store in Akron, Ohio. And they said, well, you're going to have to learn how to scuba dive if you want to work here. And I wasn't really sure if I wanted to or not. But, of course, in an interview, you say all the right things. And I said, of course, I would love to learn. And then they called me back, put me through some classes, and I started working at the store. So I was going to school as a guest student at Akron U in engineering, working. And then I met another owner of another store on Mayfield Road, a scuba diving store called Divers Protocol at the time. And he asked me to come manage his store. And I thought, maybe I'll just take a little break from school, earn some money, and I'll go back to Michigan eventually. And so many years later, I thought, oh gosh, so I've been in this retail business, but it's not mine. And I don't think I'm an engineer anymore. I don't know if I want to do engineering. So, okay, either go back to school or try to start my own store. And that was the decision I made, to open my own business. So, just for everyone out there, you can be creative. So how I started my business. I had a Chevette, which is probably dating myself, car, and also a dog. No collateral whatsoever. So through the years, I had met customers, and I treated the business as my own. So I felt I did a really good job for the store owner. So tried to go to a bank. Nothing. I have nothing. No collateral. I went to Cozy, the small business networks. No, that's not going to work. I went to SCORE. It was the retired business executives that were try to help you out. They laughed.
I'm blanking on that.
They laughed at me when I told them I wanted to open a scuba diving store. So I met a gentleman who was an accountant, one of our scuba students, and I asked him how I could try to start my own business. Came up with a plan. Said I'm going to have to get investors. So I had a list of folks, and I went up to them, and I said, I need to raise some capital, need cash, need some money. And so it was a 5-year note. Back in the early 90s, it was at 8% interest.
That's unheard of now.
Yeah, exactly. So what I had to do was the first year, I paid back interest only. Second, third, and fourth, I paid back 20% of the note. And the fifth year, I paid back 40% of the note. And so I had one person give me $5,000. Another person give me $10,000. Another one gave me $7,000. So I raised the capital by getting loans from customers that I had known. Yeah,
That's kind of funny.
Yeah, kind of risky. When I went to
In
breakfast,
a way, yeah, too risky.
when I went to breakfast with one of my customers and told him my business ideas and how I was going to pursue, and he wrote me a check for $10,000, I thought to myself, he's crazy. Why would he do that? So obviously he had money that he could lose, but he's writing me a check for $10,000, and
to believe.
Yeah.
Though in it.
Yeah. So he's writing this check to me, and I thought, wow, I guess I'm doing this. So it was great that they felt that I could do it and gave me the confidence. And yeah, I was really blessed with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Because, yeah, many people, they wouldn't go that sort of route when they get, sort of the stonewall from the bank and all that.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. No, yeah, you have to have something. So
and that was before the GoFundMe's in the world.
Exactly. Sure thing. Yeah, we'll be 25 years old April 1st. So, yeah, way before that. Way before websites even. In the internet.
Yeah. It's very true. But with that, I did like the behind the scenes before coming on and that of wanting to start, March 1st. But then it ended up in the whole April 1st and that.
Yeah, so the goal was to open March 1st, but of course with permits and tile on the floor, painting the walls, we didn't make the deadline. So then we progressed to April 1st, and everyone was thinking, I don't know if that's a great idea, April 1st. But I thought, okay, well, if we'll open April 1st, and if we don't make it, then we could just say, oh, it was April Fool's Day joke. And so now 25 years later, we were still here. You have to be creative.
Yeah, I understand that. But that's a interesting and sort of that fun story in that.
Yeah.
But I do like it though.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah, so if you have a dream, pursue it, because you figure out a way.
I understand. Just like the funny thing is, all different local bands and artists that we have coming in is happening on a second, so it's the biggest delayed April Fool's joke. So yeah, I understand that. So, the whole background. Then, what was I going to do? We got started. Do you have any certain competition?
Competition for us is other things that take you, other recreational things that take your time away from scuba. So skiing is our competition, wakeboarding, anything that would take you away and not, change your interest away from scuba diving. So skiing's big for us. A lot of people in the wintertime, I can't go on that trip because I'm going skiing on a ski trip. So boat, anything that takes away. So if and that's usually your recreation dollar, your fun money. And so that's what our competition is. Other stores in the area, I don't feel like they're competition. The more the merrier, I think.
I gotcha. Don't worry. For a second, I thought this mic randomly went out. So it's all good and that. So it's actually working that. So, if you had to explain your business and surf like that 30, 60 minute like little snippet to someone, how would you best describe it?
Our business? Wow, I'm really, really proud of our business because we have changed people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we sell fun, right? But we've taught people to scuba dive that couldn't swim. And you do have to be able to be comfortable in the water. And there is a swim assessment, floating or treading water for 10 minutes, and then swimming 300 yards of the pool with your mask, fins, and snorkel, or 200 yards just swimming. So I've had folks that have taken scuba that couldn't swim, and believe it or not, they could go through the whole scuba portion, passed, no problem, but not the swim. So I've had people that went back and took swim lessons, and then I've had other folks too that never traveled, didn't leave the area, and so one of our instructors now came up to me when we were going into the Bahamas and said, "Ooh, okay, not really. I am a little afraid of flying, so I want to go on this trip. But how many up and downs are there? Like how many landings?"
I would be one of those people.
Yeah. So, and he went on that trip, and he's been all around the world with us. So we have taken people, and if someone doesn't have a dive buddy, they're a single person, or their spouse or friends don't dive, they can go on our trips and still go on the adventure. So we've taken people all over the world. We've given them confidence. They've done something that's, this is you're scuba diving, you're breathing underwater, something that you're not supposed to be able to do, and there are small risks involved, which we teach about. But, people just do this, and they're just so proud of themselves. So that's one thing that we're proud to do that and give them that little fun snippet. We sell fun.
So what would be the necessary... What would make someone that wants to necessarily become a scuba diver the most successful at doing it?
For scuba diving, it's like driver's training in the sense that first we have to teach people how, right? Mm-hmm. And that's in a classroom and pool. And what we do is we have a classroom at Just Add Water, and we also have another store in Fairview Park, Just Add Water 2. So we have classrooms there. And then we rent local pools in the area. So for an example, you came up to the store and said, "Hey, I want to take scuba diving lessons." You would get your course materials ahead of time. There's online materials. Do that. And then we either meet twice a week for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Or one weekend for the class and pool. So we have to teach you how, right? Mm-hmm. And learn about all the equipment. So we go to classroom for half the time, and the other half is in the pool. Mm-hmm. So you're scuba diving, you're learning your different skills, you're swimming. And so the basic skills would be, so I have chubby cheeks. If I smile or laugh, I'm going to get water inside my mask. We have to teach you how to get it out without having to come to the surface. We have to teach you about buoyancy control, so making sure you're not hitting the reef. You can look and see all that pretty stuff, but not touch it. And what the equipment does. So that's classroom and pool training. Once you've completed that process, you're not yet done. You still need to do your practical. So you need to do 4 dives with a scuba instructor in an open water environment, meaning a lake, a quarry, ocean. Once you complete those 4 dives, and they are a lot easier than any of the pool stuff, then you are a certified scuba diver. You get a license to scuba dive. So in your pocket, you got your driver's license with your picture on it. Same thing. You're going to have a scuba diving license with your picture on it and your date of birth. And
I didn't know you had to have a license.
You do. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So you couldn't rent equipment if you don't have a license. You couldn't get an air fill if you don't have a license. You couldn't get on a dive boat. I'm going to go out. I'm in the Florida Keys, and I'm going to go diving today. And I want to go out there and see all those great things, that reef, You wouldn't be able to do it without proving that you were a certified scuba diver.
Well, things you learn.
Yeah, right. So you have to have a license. And it's a lifetime license. So once you
Oh.
get it, the industry's self-regulated. So you do not, it does not expire. What folks do,
Nice.
though, is if they haven't been in the water, so they go on a trip, go on another trip, dive, and then 2 years later, like, ooh, wait a minute, I haven't been diving as much as I did when I first started, but I'm going on a trip. So they might do what we call a scuba tune-up or scuba skills update. Go in the pool again, refresh before they go on their trip.
That's a smart thing to do in that.
Yeah. So you can start when you're 10 years old. 10 and 11-year-olds, and we teach kids scuba camps throughout the summer. 10 and 11-year-olds, once they're certified, have to dive with their parent or legal guardian or a scuba instructor. Once they're 12, 13, 14, their name changes from a youth diver to a junior diver. And then they have to dive with an adult. Once you're 15, just like your driver's license, they're able to dive with a dive buddy.
All right.
Yeah, good stuff, huh?
Yeah, I would never thought that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that's what we teach. We teach scuba lessons, and then we also teach. So the folks that are down in Bonaire right now in the Caribbean, one person is doing a buoyancy course to enhance their skills. So they're a diver now. They're going to advance and learn more buoyancy techniques. Another folk's doing a deep dive specialty. Another person's doing a wreck diving specialty. So they're going to do all these different dives as well.
I didn't know. That's why I was going to even asking that with the whole trips and that. You guys also have sort of that, like on the place, sort of like classroom of where you guys are at.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And then we also do Lake Erie wreck dives.
Mm-hmm.
So in the summertime on Wednesday evenings, we have a dusk dive that we go out and do a wreck dive in Lake Erie. And then we also go out east to Barcelona, New York, and do wrecks out there that way. Those are spectacular. Those are really gorgeous. It's a little bit deeper and cooler. You'd have to have an advanced certification, maybe even dive with the dry suit instead of the wetsuit.
Mm-hmm.
But they're spectacular. We do Niagara River drift dives. We just had a group in the Florida Springs snorkeling with the manatees last 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Yeah, good stuff. That's why
You
we
just
do
get-
this, right?
You're having fun in that.
Mm-hmm. Right,
I have to admit that.
Yeah, that's why we do it.
So, going to jump over to a quick break. This plays. No, that's not. So, while that's being all funny and that, I'll jump and do this. Yeah, gotta love technical difficulties with technology. So we're back with Just Add Water. Yeah, that wasn't actually planned.
That's all right.
But,
Things happen, right?
yeah, gotta make the best of it with what, goes on in that. So, we're sort of talking that. What would be the most neatest experience that you've been on?
Wow, there's really so many great dive trips that we've been on and places. Oh gosh, I don't even know. My favorite.
Or you could summarize too.
Yeah. So, I just came back. I was in the Maldives in October, and I'm going again. I'm going again in April. I was so excited talking to a customer about the trip that we have coming in April that I just signed myself up again. Because we saw manta rays, 5, 9 at a time. Oh gosh, they're so beautiful and they're huge. Then we saw octopus on every dive, always 2 of them. So yeah, I'm going back to the Maldives. That's spectacular. And Indonesia is amazing. The Red Sea, Australia. But they're all different. They're so different. Even British Columbia, that was amazing. That was a little cooler water, but the giant Pacific octopus. So they're different places. They're all different, and they're all just wonderful in their own.
Ever went to the Black Sea?
No Black Sea. Only the Red Sea.
I couldn't take the shot in the dark in that with that. So, got that. Shoot, what was I going to say next? What was the other? I hate that. So.
Yeah, snorkeling with whale sharks in Mexico. I mean, that's so good. Manatees in Florida. They're just turtles, huge turtles in the off the east coast of Florida.
Oh, now I remember. Do you guys do the whole taking pictures underwater, like of the different wrecks, animals, all that?
So for sure, that's part of the joy is taking pictures. So wow, back many years ago, picture taking was a lot more difficult, and as technology progresses, our cameras are getting smaller and smaller and better. But boy, you would have laughed at all of our luggage 10, 15 years ago, because we had huge housings with cameras and big strobes, video housings that were just almost a whole suitcase by themselves.
In the shipping costs, even that.
Yeah. Back then, you could take 70 pounds and 2 pieces of luggage, no issues, both 70 pounds. But things have gotten a little tighter. So thankfully, with those GoPros and smaller cameras, it's so much easier. But yes, we take videos, pictures. Oh yeah, almost everyone does.
Okay. Did you ever have that one while you're either snorkeling or diving? It's sort of like scary thing with a shark experience. No? No,
I have to tell you that if you see a shark, you are so blessed, because sharks are very, very infrequent. They are more afraid of you than you are of them. I believe if you see one, it might be out in the distance, and by the time you turn around to try to get someone else's attention, they're gone. So no, the sharks have a bad name, bad reputation. The reputation that they have is unjust. They no scary experience with sharks. I don't even know if I've had a bad experience. Maybe stepping on it wasn't even me that stepped on the sea urchin. It was someone else. So, nope, all myths.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Just figured in that.
No, I love sharks.
Then where are you located?
So Just Add Water in Willoughby is located on Euclid Avenue, a half-mile east of Route 91 or Som Center Road. Right next to Lake West Hospital, on the same side of the street. There's a True Value Hardware Plaza, and
that's
Chipotle,
right.
Pickles and Pints, Marco's Pizza. That's where we are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, because Lowe's is right behind you.
Yep. And then our other store in Fairview Park is off on the corner of 226th and Lorraine Road. And that store is going to be 3 years old in May. So unfortunately, with small businesses, boy, it's tough. We are reinventing ourselves all the time because of the internet. People don't go into stores as much as they used to, for sure. And so, the west side we opened because there weren't any stores between here and Elyria.
Jeez.
And at one time there was 7 scuba diving stores in the Cleveland area. So
wow.
it's a tough business, but small business is really rough. So if you can frequent your small business in the area, please do so, because it's a struggle.
Then I had to go, where in the future do you see the business moving towards?
In the future for the business, I would like to try to open a few more stores. So franchise. So if we got a better model, or got a model that we could copycat, so we have the West Side store. Once that gets more independent, then we'll maybe pursue going down south towards Akron, Stowe area, Hudson, somewhere like that. Possible. Or no, I think that's probably the next new goal, the closest goal to attain.
Yeah, especially would be a push for all the ways at the other end down near the Ohio River.
Right.
Because no one wants to necessarily at first do a 4-hour trip.
Right.
So, with that, any certain little or business that you do with the local community, like fire department or why?
Well, sometimes you're so busy with a small business, your head's just buried deep, and you don't sometimes get to pick your head up and look around. But so we help out. We try to reach out, and one of the things we do with the community is beach cleanups. We also try to do, more probably national things where, petitions for sharks or fundraisers for that type of thing. And locally, if any fire department has an issue with their compressor and they're not able to fill their tanks, we're on 24-hour call. Try to help out the local dive teams as much as possible. So, community-wise, we try to in the wintertime, we have pictures with Santa. So people come to the pool and get their picture taken with Santa, and they give a donation, and then we try to pick a family in need in the area, and that money goes to that as well.
That's a nice cause. Most definitely.
Yeah.
I didn't know there were any local dive teams around.
Oh yeah, for sure. Menor, East Lake, Jaga County, Russell, Hillcrest Dive Team in Mayfield. Yeah, we have.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's ponds, the lake shore, there's definitely there's dive teams in case there's an accident or a drowning or a recovery. Unfortunately, most of them are.
Yeah, I gotcha. So, is there any certain other things you want to go over?
Another second page on that?
Oh, yeah.
Let me see here. For us, advertising, we don't really spend a lot of money on advertising. We try to use more like the social media. But then a lot of ours is word of mouth. So we've been around for so many years, and we're so good at what we do. Like, just let me give you an example. Equipment that you need when you scuba dive, your personal equipment is a mask, fin, snorkel. And you need to get personally fitted for that. Because if it doesn't fit you...
In a way, it's almost like a mouthpiece.
Yeah, exactly. So, we have expertise at that. So people come in and we help them, and we have a fit guarantee program. So if it doesn't fit, they can come back and exchange it. So that's word of mouth is our biggest form of advertising. And success for our business, gosh, I don't even know. I know we're 25 years old, and that's amazing. Everyone keeps telling me that, but every day is just, a lot of work, and it's fun too. A lot of work though, so I honestly don't sometimes think we're successful yet.
Or the new experience that just happens each and every day.
Yeah, so I just keep, I know it's successful. 25 years is amazing, but I still we're striving always to be better. So I guess we're successful, yes, but...
Well, successful that you always try to come up or try to improve.
Mm-hmm.
So that's sort of a success of itself.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so I guess because we're always changing, and in small business nowadays we have to evolve so fast, and technology is exponential. It changes so fast that keeping up with a small business is hard to keep up and get the right people on your team. But yeah,
Very
that's
true.
good stuff. Yeah, so small business, come. If anyone wants to talk, come over, and I can try to guide you a little bit if you need.
Well, not including if you are thinking of taking up snorkeling, diving,
scuba, yeah, for sure.
all that.
Yeah.
So.
Good thing to do.
That was my fault. I went back to the whole diving thing. Yeah. That was good catch. Good catch.
Yeah.
My bad. So.
Well, it's a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you for
having
me.
It was fun, Brenda.
Yeah.
So.
Enjoyed it.
Feel a lot better now?
I'm good.
Very good.